Thumbs up. Let's do this. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Strat Chat. It's been a while, a little bit of a holiday break. We are back. We are inspired by TFT. We're going to play some of this to warm up, kind of hang out for a little bit. It's also a couple of units that I think are insanely overpowered, so we're just going to go hard on these things. Bruisers, baby. Here we go. This is our team. Alright, we got the early bruiser, so we're already good. This is an insane unit that probably warrants just picking up. Just carrying through the game here. Alright, that's a huge mistake for me right there. Absolutely wanted to get that unit in play. Start stacking up the bonuses. Alright, looks like this team is just going to build itself, huh? We're not picking up the jacks right now because it's so weak with the early synergies. It doesn't really do anything. All right, the shield is pretty bad with no resistances. We do have 2 healthy. The extra health, but we're gonna have that anyways, right? We don't really need this. All right, sword for Spear of Shojin seems pretty good. Trade sector would also be pretty good. Now, what do we want to do for leveling? Do we want to pump up here? I think we do. No. I'm all set, thank you, Isel. Forgot I was streaming actually. Thanks for the wake up reminder. Alright, so we're not accumulating the double. The raise the stakes is supposed to be making things that much more valuable. We are winning fights, and the stakes have gone down for the win, so we're doing, you know, first fight 18, we're doing okay, I suppose. We need other people to have more units in play. It's really level 7 where we can start farming that up. The question's going to be, what do we want to do with the rest of this team? Is it still going to be this sort of shell with Hyper Pop, Dazzler? That's what I need to kind of figure out right now. Spellweaver, we can have just a traditional, like, Ahri, Seraphine type situation. We can go with the Bruisers. I think Gragas is absolutely insane. We can get a frontline with Gragas. Maybe we get Twisted Fate in here. Look at this Lulu unit go. Kind of crazy. Alright, so let's see. Let's, clear all. What do we want from this? Sentinel, Truth, Spellweaver, Spellweaver, Spellweaver. We want Gragas in play, that's for sure. Oh, we got another duplicator? Alright, so we're definitely going with Lulu reroll. The question is whether or not we're doing it at 7 or some other time. Alright. I think the plan's going to be going with 2 Lulus, but we need to actually find these Lulus ASAP. To get out of this Heartsteel, we've got 2 more. Last one right here, right? Isn't that supposed to be a different one? Alright, so we've got our last fight with the clowns here. The question is going to be what's next? What are we doing next? Dazzler, Ziggs, Twisted Fate, Sentinel, Blitzcrank to go with the Echo. Makes a lot of sense. We can go Sona. We don't need to be over-indexed over here. I think we can afford to get rid of these, and we absolutely want to get these Lulus in play. It was kind of tempting to do the one here. But I want to save these if we can. So there's a smaller amount in the pool. Alright, we got this big cash out, 200. Should be good enough for us to get out. Here it is. This is like so by far the best unit I ever possibly could have gotten, because I would have been a second Lulu I could have played to play with 3 Hyper Pop, which is a rarity. That's something you don't normally get the opportunity to do. That is such a pain in the butt that I don't get that. All right, so instead we'll start building towards Ziggs, Ziggs and Twisted Fate here. We're gonna just make this. The rest of the team just needs to be frontline. We just need to get as fat as we can on the front line as possible. The question is how to do it. Here's the other champion duplicator. Jesus. All right, we're not gonna need that. Gonna go for speed here. We can go another Dazzler. Let's go with all in. We really want to go 9, and we actually probably just should be in a really good spot from here, so I don't think I need to rush for anything. 5 Spellweaver. We can improve on this this set. Although Set's a heck of a unit right now. And being Spellweaver, he's got a really big AP ratio, doesn't he? Look at these 4 things, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, that's kind of unreal. There's the Blitzcrank. This is a big upgrade. Could just put another Sentinel in play. That's probably just better. Give this to you. Although I don't like that you're going coast to coast right now, trying to find a spot to hang out. Spellweaver. So what unit? I guess it's just a Spellweaver Twisted Fate, right? Like that would make a whole lot of sense. Or a Spellweaver Ziggs. I really don't like the way my front line abandoned me there. Another. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? There it is. Okay, so what are we working with? More tears, I guess. I do believe I've squandered this. Need to make a much better team than what I've made here. And I've also taken away the ability to put Morello here, so we have to do it with the things. We're also missing a Sentinel, or we have too many Sentinels and we have a Bruiser. We could be using something like a, I don't know, a Lowy. Way too slow. Obviously, way too slow. Morello we're going to make, and then we're going to pop off this tier. Just going to put the tier here so he casts just a little bit faster. And we should be using these. I actually could duplicate Lulu and put Lulu into play. Oh my gosh, is that the play? Can I do that? I could even make a Lulu 2. I don't think I need to, but I could. What even happens? I don't know that I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Alright, if I weren't so slow, I'd have a chance of actually making a unit that mattered. This is hilarious, actually. Like, actually hilarious. Ionic Spark, yes please. Alawi, yes please. Either one is totally great. It's also on a Zac 2, so we should be a little bit better off here. We've got an extra frontline spot we can use. The double Lulu is kind of interesting. I don't know, it might just be kind of inty. Rageblade, yeah, it would be good. Items got kind of awkward. Yeah, they did. I wish I could have figured it all out better. What's up, Marcus? Yeah, I think I didn't think this far about what I would do if I had access to a second Lulu, and I think I just obviously want the extra Lulu, but maybe I don't, right? Because these guys are already hyper pop. They're already feeding each other. So I, for example, could do something like this. Stick this over here, grab another Sentinel, and for example, play like this. This doesn't seem awful. Doesn't seem bad at all, actually. And like, yeah, this is probably just better. It's interesting, right? Like, it's really interesting. What are we gonna do? We don't like that we had to fight over Twisted Fates and what's his face, apparently, but we can give ourselves a little bit of extra gold. We're gonna just focus on getting these guys to 2-star. And this is our core right here. All three of these guys are hyper pop. They're all feeding each other. Plus they have the disco. Plus they have the regen, which makes them pretty hard to kill for something like an Akali. I could have also had something like a, I don't know, what it would be like a Gunblade, for example, could get in here. We could also slam an item here on Ziggs. So this is what I've been waiting for. This is the final straw. I'm not going to wait any longer. Ziggs is going to get copied, and I'm going to put this item on Ziggs. Although there is some benefit to just having this tier sitting here just so he casts immediately. Get the chain rolling with the hyper pops, but it's kind of crazy. But the engine definitely works. Like, if this is what we're testing, the engine is unreal. We could also just put extra disco units in play, kind of funny. The normal core that we've been doing is EDM with Bruiser. Oh shoot, what is this item? I missed. I'm so bad at this game. Oh gosh, people can be so much better than me. I don't think we're going for Blitz 3. This is where we should have spent some time scouting as well. So here's Sampai is a Twisted Fate player that looks like he's getting knocked out. This should make it much, much easier for me to get my items. Alright, but at least this guy being gone means we'll be okay. We're going to hit Twisted Fate finally. And, yeah, right? Like, it's going to happen. There's no way it doesn't happen. We should just make sure that we're doing this nice and quick. Probably not spending any more time on this also. No, we didn't hit anybody? Okay. We'll do that. We'll put the tier on this guy. And it's obnoxious that we didn't hit anything, but I think we're just strong enough. We'll finally be able to get through all this. I could put my bruisers on this line too, like have them take the extra regen, or the sentinels. I mean, I could literally just stack a line on top of a line, and if they're a unit like Kane right here, I would want to do that just to gum them up, right? Get them completely stuck in here. Make it a long, long road to go here. But we're keeping the Sunfire as far away from the Lulu as possible, so Lulu will burn this side of the map, the Sunfire will burn this side, and we're getting some value this way. But the team looks pretty good. Lulu is absolutely cracked, guys. Like, absolutely out of this world cracked. Could still hit a Sona as well. We're playing with these extra Sentinels, but we could easily be playing a Sona. I don't know that you want Sona over this core. You definitely would want Dazzler on champions that are casting more quickly than what we've got going on here, but it's you know, it's unique. But this super hyper pop stack right here, this is out of this world. Anytime you're in this universe, this portal with multi-talented, 100% I think you should force Lulu. It's just out of this world. If you see Twin Terror, play Twin Terror Lulu and try to find her. Man, like, it is so insane what they are doing to each other, right? Like, these numbers, they kind of lie, because you're like, oh, that's not that high. Other champions do 18,000. You know, they just do significantly more. And it's like, no, they're just evenly ripping through the entire team, so there's no real issue here. Emo, we can't really use. Adaptive Helm, Rageblade, and Static Shiv. Static Shiv would ensure this. This is extra casts. I don't know. Rageblade is kind of slow, very slow scaling, even though it does scale very well. I really just want these first casts off that are going to get the Magic Shred going. And that's the other thing. We've got Magic Shred on both of these champions, so that's why the Blitzcrank's all the way over here. So let's see, we're fighting this. All right, so this is a Viego, for example. So Viego. I actually kind of want him to just get popped, but there is a world where I just like tuck these guys back here, put everyone up, slam him in front. Like, oh, he 3-starred it. Oh my god, that might change things. So let's see, if he one-shots my backline here, that would be a problem. No, he casts to the right. Beautiful. We have a chance. We have to shut it down with the Lulu, right? This Lulu needs to chain spells together and just keep it CC'd. It's not going to happen, though. Viego is able to make it in. I'm going to have to move away from this Viego. This guy very naturally counters my team. We can move things over. Again, like, I could put some, like, casters in the way, and I could back this Ziggs up. You know, we could do something like this. Move this over to the front line as well. I don't know. I don't know. Tier might have been better than Giant Slayer, honestly. Not even lying. I think the tier should be on the Ziggs and the Giant Slayer should be on the Twisted Fate. Because you want those debuffs, right? We'll keep on looking at this guy. This should be an easy win. I don't think this Ahri player stands a chance. Unless the Akali were to, like, one-shot my backline, which, you know, there's a world where that happens. I suppose the Lulu should be in the back left pocket to stop that. All right, how do we position in such a way that we can kill this Viego before he kills us? Or do we try to kill the rest of the team first? That's going to be the puzzle. He has an aggro drop, which is a pain in the butt. I think Riven... God, this This team's like fully capped out. Multiple different 3-stars. I don't think I can compete with this. Where would I start? I guess I could be using my rolls and actually trying to 3-star my units. Not this one though. We could go 9. What could we get at 9? Oh, another. Maybe I should have kept the echoes and tried to go for a 3-star and just kind of get in his way. Yone's being allowed to go through this side of the fight, so we're absolutely going to swap our guys over. So we're gonna try to go through this this guy right here. All right, we still have to deal with this. Gosh. Yeah, I think he's got us. I don't know. Maybe we have a chance. Not even using this. What could we possibly get here? Nothing. Nothing. I don't know why I even did it. Just to be 9. We have an extra Zach here. Okay. I don't think we're getting this one. Did Viego just pop over and he was actually on this side the whole time? Like, this guy hasn't moved his board. Viego just actually jumped all the way over. Wait. Alright, Viego went right. There's a chance? No chance. Not bad, though. Not bad. I'll take a comp that almost has it against 3-star Viego, 3-star Yone, 3-star Riven. Edgelord Spat. Man, there's some fun stuff here. Both of these games have been like really big. And if I were not just fumbling over finding this Twisted Fate Ziggs and actually just did it, right? Like, I get so greedy for first place. I try to play for like save the duplicators until you absolutely get the copy. Like, try to get 1 Twisted Fate and 1 Ziggs before you use them both. I hemorrhaged 2 losses in that time that I didn't need to lose. I also could have spent that time scouting to see this guy here, and we would have been able to take some of this stuff away. Right, so he did go Prismatic Ticket to try to make this team. It makes a lot of sense for Edgelords. You absolutely need to get 3 stars on these guys to go for it. If it weren't for the Viego, I think I win. So it would have been kind of tight, no matter how we cut it. But he had the extra Edgelord spat too, so this guy was going to be big. His cane was going to make him bigger. Interesting game. This one was a complete and utter stomp. This was like 16 wins in a row to end the game. This comp, I think Bruisers is just in an absolutely fantastic play. And we were already win streaking without the Zed. We ended up just swapping from EDM. What did we have? We had a Lulu. Then we found EDM Zach. And then we swapped to EDM Zed when we already had 4 Zeds. And that's the limit, right? You can't find it any closer than that. So we just went for him, swapped him over. You see that like he was an afterthought in this comp. It wasn't even supposed to be part of it. So this is where it's at, right? You start 6 Bruisers and you just tech in the Alawi and Ziggs, and you just play this, right? Like, this is just really solid. It's level 9. You get the Alawi, you get the Bruiser synergies, you get Mosher synergy. All the Bruisers have an insane amount of health. It's especially good if you get something like this, right? Like Guardian Locket, or if you get this one, any of these, right? That just give stats to your front line. You can go with the gem on the back on the support and play for either of these. I think they're both absolutely playable for trying to get first. We're going to give it one more ride. Have some fun with it. This is actually a lot of fun too. You guys don't need to be peeking at my mortgage docs. But yeah, Bruiser's just out of control. I think they overbuffed it. Let's take a peek at the change. There it is. Bruiser's not in there? It's just all the individual bruisers got buffed, right? Gragas buff, Tom Kench buff, Olaf buff. It's like all these units that people would ignore in the start of the game. Vi's overbuffed, by the way. This is another champion totally worth building around. And her headliner form is absolutely cracked. They gave her stats that like that Riven got. Right, like just stats and health and attack, right? I think she has all 4. Oh, decrescendo? I actually like the idea of decrescendo. Spatula, a little bit zany for me. True damage not nearly as good as it was. Country is now a 7 stack, so maybe we'll try country. It's too bad we can't make EDM. Alright, so that's spatula. We do not need to pick it up. So let's see. Country emblem, no longer jazz emblem because it capped too high. Tarek got another buff, but apparently they've already tested it. Oh my goodness. Okay. We said we were going to go country, right? I think we're going country. I don't think I even bother with anything that's not like country Tom Kench at the very least. I don't know. This was the very best, but he got patched, right? Corky. Units. Corky, 8 bits. AD ratio got... Yeah, okay. He got nerfed a little bit. I don't feel bad about not picking him up. I wish I had picked up other units, but it is. Disco, one of the worst early ones, did get a major buff as well. It's kind of tempting. We've got a little starter kit, plus we've got this. She's the better one to have early to carry. They reduced her mana, so it's much easier to pop her off. So I could easily go with a level 4 like this. That seems fine. I could probably carry that all the way through stage 2 and maybe even stage 3. I'm gonna do it. Let's try it out. We're here, new environment. We gotta test the limits. We gotta see what we've got going on. Econ. I mean, stationary support is almost definitely the one that we're going for. Blistering strikes, interesting. I mean, this team likes to have burning items. I'm just gonna go stationary support. It's the best, right? Do I even make this? No, true punk. I mean, punk Samir is also a really good time, but I really want to save this for what's her face. Country, right? Country to go Samira. So let's see. Just go over here. Borrow the items. Disco got so much stronger that we'll feel this nice buff here. Is there a world where we would take Punk and try to go up from here instead? I don't know. Like, this was such a nice starter kit. We easily could have just swapped over and done this without the Nami. Lulu is absolutely busted. Is this just the best unit in the game right now? I think it is. I think Lulu is already pretty close to being the best unit. And now with the hyper pop change, it probably is just best. Do I keep it and hold it long enough to put it in at level 5? One of the things that I can probably take advantage of is in this spatula lobby, there's probably going to be a lot of people that greed for Heartsteel, right? And they try to go for these super capped out boards. So if I play a tempo board, I should be in a pretty good spot. This guy went 5 with Spoils of War. This guy, early Tom Kench. No, me country. Shoot. This is where a better player would just like be super flexible. Alright, the good thing about where we're standing right now is that this Amumu is going to put in a ton of work with stuns if we do get paired up against this guy. Do I just slam? Oh, interesting. Alright, I could be more flexible. Gosh, wish I were. Let's see what happens if we force it even into this country. Oh, that feels awful to do. Like this guy clearly has a plan for 7 country. So what if we don't do the country, but we just use country to level? I don't know. He already has such an early start here. He went undefeated despite not having a thing in play. That's how good Tom Kench is right now, by the way, guys. Can go for this to make sure that we've got the spat. No, do we want the crit? We want the spat. Alright, we'll probably just match this guy for levels if he goes up. Yeah, this guy's forcing it. He could stay here. I could incentivize it, and if I make the country spat, maybe I do actually get him to stick around. And I think I will just because of the extra health it gives. No, it's not. Never mind. It's not even extra health? Okay. I lied. It's just bad to pick that up. This item together, actually I should have just made that, shouldn't I have? Maybe we'll just replace this Taric in a second. One of the neat things about this team is low damage but tons of crowd control, right? Like there's so many stuns going on here. Like, my goodness. If I were better, and I made just like a Punk Poppy instead, right? Like, maybe I just get him to make Punk Poppy. Maybe I actually just play flexibly. What kind of guy would I be? Alright, we're on our 4th streak. We want to make absolute sure that we win this 5 streak. We're going to go here. Do I hold this? Team's pretty spiked, and the Urgot's like a pretty far away. I should have done it after I left his board. Oh, God, that's so imprecise. End of turn, Roberto. End of turn. So there's options, right? I could still go with Poppy here. Poppy wears Even Shroud really well. I think that we just want to go 7 country. 7 country is not great, And it means that I have to find another spot. I need to go 8 if I want to fit the set in. Because I'm going to have to play Katarina. And if I'm playing Katarina, you know, how does that change the whole dynamic? What if we get a second spatula, right? Like, holy crap. Alright, normally I go with double Infinity Edge. How is that going to change in this game with this setup? I find Adaptive Helm to be very good, but if I'm not going Last Whisper, then I can't justify that. The tier often goes here. I think it's just going to go here anyways, just to help her to get casts off. But not having Adaptive Helm on a Mumu is so strong. That's where things maybe get a little bit awkward. This should have been reversed, 100%. So imagine how good you're gonna be. Watching me fumble over this comp. You could be flexible, you could switch from Twitch, you can go Twitch, you can go Punk Samira, you can go Punk Poppy, you can go Country. Now that all 3 of the spats are playable, I feel like this is the place that you should just start most games. Like, this should be the default, is try to go here. Crash Test Dummies is the most broken thing in the game, so I don't even know why we reroll. Just try to hold it so that people don't see it, I guess. Yeah, we might want some time to roll around. Super fan. Do we want to change it up? I don't think so. These will get the bonuses. We want them to take aggro. We want them to split aggro. And I'd like this guy to take aggro, so... Mort says that that this should work now. I don't think I need to level up, do I? Maybe I do, just because it's half the level. I didn't need that. I already had emo. It should have been this. Let's see how the aggro works. Let's see if he goes. Okay, it looked like, yeah, so she headed to the right, so she was planning on going for these. You know, it could have also been just that Yasuo was on the left. On her right. It's gonna be close. We need to stun lock this guy. Look at this team, right? Like, look how insane. This guy hasn't moved. He's attacked once. No, there we go. Oh, bummer. Now we lost our stun lock. Vex, come on, one more stun. Come on, please. So close. If that were Twitch, honestly, I think we get out of that. Oh, look, the best units in the game. We should again be a better player and just like take this opportunity to swap into good comps. Pantheon would be really nice here for the leveling to get everything in tune. Do we drop this now since we just lost? Like, what if the best answer is actually putting Lulu into your country team to just buff up the Samira and the Vex? Right? Like, what if you had 2 Lulus and a Vex next to each other? Wouldn't they just permastun? Maybe it's 2 Lulus and what's her face, and Nami with the buff. Right? They reduced the duration, but they brought her down to 60 mana. So like, what if that's just the team? That'd be insane for leveling for sure. Crit is gone. Deathblade. Giant Slayer, Deathblade. Giant Slayer, Deathblade. Disco Bruiser. This is I feel like I'm fumbling around here. What's up, bud? Okay, good. These are pretty good Zed items, aren't they? Like, that might have just been an insanely good spot to swap over. Nice. Nice, that'll be fun. I usually used up my country emblem, didn't I? Oh, this guy wants to do it. Alright, I just want to fight this guy now. Gambler's Blade, is this actually good? Alright, we're gonna stop pretending that I'm playing flexibly. Am I? Am I just supposed to go Zed here like I did in the first game? God, spatula games are gonna be my nightmare. I'm just gonna have to pick and do it and just go with one because I cannot handle this. Well, we found Samira, but it's not country, so we actually have to buy it and play it for now, for a while. Everything's pointing to me swapping it up, you know? Oh, that was a Pantheon. We wanted that really badly. They've made emo spat a lot better as well. I don't think it's going to be good enough to like want to change this, what we're doing. Oh, screw it. Maybe we should just actually play flexibly. The EDM units are everywhere, man. And this guy's definitely in country. But he whiffed? He rolled and he whiffed. Oh, never mind. I can just beat this guy? I can go the team I want to go? I may not even get it because of this spat choice. In fact, I just sat there. Wait, I lost that? These items need to go onto Samira for sure. That's a huge punt. 100% a punt. Seems kind of silly. So it might be just like insanely good, right? All right, the items. Oh, goodness. guy's still rolling hard, huh? He hasn't found his guy yet. This Lulu should be here. Oops. Another spat, and it's on Alawi. We swap to the Bruiser comp. Crit to go punk? No, we're not doing punk. We can go country right here. Pentakill right there. I can't mess around anymore. I'm not good enough at this game to mess around. I already squandered putting this adaptive helm on with such a huge punt. This Twitch could be in play with the Vi right now. Although with the extra executioners, like at some point I just need to get out of the Samira that I have, or do I? I mean, maybe I don't. Maybe I can just play with like an Akali or something. Oh, wow. Pop. All of them just popped. These are fun items to have back here too. Like, you know, these are flexible, they're strong, they're good. All right, are we gonna stop pretending like we're being flexible? We just made the country emblem. If I put the Samiras in the shop, then this guy will know. And if he rolls right at that moment, I am boned. Well, like, look how much gold I'm just wasting sitting on all these guys. And these could easily be in play too, right? Like, that's the crazy part. Right now I'm playing double Lulu just to see how good it is, when I could easily be playing a Bruiser, a Crowd Diver, a Mosher for a team that uses all of these. Emo Executioner. I actually don't even have Tom Kench, do I? Alright, the experiment's gonna end over here. We said we had to go 8 so that we could get the 7 country in, because we do want to test it. We're gonna stop trying to win and start trying to actually explore, right? That's the mark of the best players, is they explore. We just gotta see what happens when you do it, you know? What does this want to be? Something, sword, crit. We have the belt, boom. This goes here. In another world, I'd be playing flexibly. That's not this world, not today. EDM, oh my god, alright. You know what? I guess we'll just have to say that we failed at finding the thing. And we'll just have to go to this, and that's gonna have to be okay. Everything in the game is telling me, like, no, bro, like, absolutely just start making this team. Stop messing around. And again, if I were faster, like, this would be easy. All right, let's see. Country. Do we keep you around for a little bit? We just do a full wash. This should be in for the... What's his face? Zed. Alright, we're doing it. We're biting the bullet. This even trout is awkward AF. It's like so bad for me right now. But we just have to see what this team can do, you know, from a swap. I don't mind it. Like, this was the Dazzler too. Like, that's the big problem with what we just did. All right, we've got 2 Yorks in play. What else could I be putting in? Okay, we've got a sign of some sort. I'm not sure that we shouldn't be sampling Lux, actually. Do we remake Yorick and give a better item here? Country, I mean, Country's actually something that synergizes really, really nicely with EDM, but it's during the building stage, right? Like Katarina, Tom Kench, Urgot. You just have a very nice core, and then you can build up into like Thresh, and you're just really happy about it. Usually this is best. This is really good too. Thresh gives AP, which means that when you're casting these AP... Sorry, not Thresh. The Crown Guard gives AP, so that when you're casting these abilities, you're still getting good effects on the AP ratios. Plus, it's frontline to like help keep your guy alive. Plus, it's a Thresh, so it gives us the Guardian. We get our like traditional frontline that we want from this team. I think it's in every way it's a win, right? You just slap it on here so this guy lives longer. And now we just start farming 4s. 4s and 3s. Okay. And in some world, I actually swap these out because I don't really care so much. Lulu wants to be in range here of these two. Ooh, wow, I just got one shot. What do we have? We've got this many. We've got 4 Zeds, 4 Jaxes that we don't really care about. Is this 2 Zax? The Lulus might actually have to go for this team because we're not really into the Spellweaver. We're just doing the Hyper Pop, and she serves her purpose. But that said, she can be a corner unit that can take up some of these hits from champions like Akali. So this guy just one-shot me with Executioner, Pentakill. Yeah, like this is so broken now, this Akali build. Does so much damage. So the question is, how do we want to put this? And do we want these on better champions? I think so. I think we're willing to bite the bullet on that. Country, I couldn't care less, right? These need to be here, though. I don't know who's the better unit, to be honest. This Jax 2 with EDM or this Yorick. I'm not sure who's better. The country emblem obviously wants to go, like we're hoping for a Reforger. This Lulu, this Lulu, this Lulu. How did she get a shield? Alright, I think now in this universe we want to be something like this. Lulu separates the two of them. Jax, Zed wants to be coming in from over here so he can get the first two buffs. Zac probably wants to be over. Do I have enough damage where I should be sampling Zac? Probably not, because I don't want this guy to be in the middle of the fray. Normally we go 9. What do I actually put in at 9 usually? I guess I could just put in like a... Wow, I could actually put in units here. Just any country unit would give me the thing, which gives my whole team extra speed, and it can be a crowd diver. I guess that's actually what we have to do. I maybe should be frontlining my guys and putting the clones behind. It's like if I just found a random Tahm Kench, how much better would my team be? We'd have country and bruiser. My entire team would be healthier. Alright, let's see how this works if I do like this. I just want to see how this behaves. I want to make room for what's-his-face to come out. I want the even Shroud to be close to the Zed. I mean, you forced country after someone called Samira, man. Easy 5th. I held his hand. I didn't even go country and I still held his hand. Alright, if I want to get first, I probably need to get a 3-star Zed, but I don't think I'm going to have the time to do it. This is very much an experimentation with the Lulu. Normally we have other champions, so we're missing Alawi that we would go at 9. Alawi would give us Bruiser. The Lulu is certainly underperforming in this comp. Sorry, I forgot to measure what's going on here. Grab this in case we need to. Let's just go with the luck spell. Let's see what happens if we have a 3-star spell. Alright, good. The things jump over the top. That's what we want. Then we want them to proc. Then we want our guys to drop aggro, but they're still dying so quickly. Right? Like, they're still taking the aggro from these one-shots. So, that's not the right positioning. For sure. I'm just happy that I held this guy's hand down to 5th place. We still finished 3rd. Respectable. Could have been a lot better. Could have easily been better. Like, we fumbled all over the place. I think that's my cue to take a little break, because my brain's starting to get fried. Who should we watch?
It's our phone bill.
Guess we should get up to YouTube Premium, huh? Let's slap this guy on.
2 weeks testing the bearskin.
This guy's insane. YBY1, level 8, 74 health. Usually forces Heartsteel to come out. Looks like he's doing a super fan start. He's using this lobby. This is something pros absolutely love. They love this thing because it's, you know, your ability to transform compared to everybody else. Akali just so insane now. With the change to Executioner, the fact that she will actually crit people who are at full health is a big deal, right? Because before it was increasing your crit chance based on their missing health, and if they didn't have missing health, then you weren't actually getting anything. So this change completely changes the way that Karthus and Akali work together, where they can actually go and pop people from the back line, and might just be completely busted, right? Like the patch notes were not for that to be the case, but that might be the case. Look at this Crown Guard, though. That's kind of interesting. Ended up with Gargantuan Resolve on this Poppy, so Poppy's the real carry? Look at that board, right? So you see the Dazzler. You see how the Nami's next to the Lulu? With the changes to Hyper Pop and the way it gives mana now, 5 mana. With the Nami changes, it feels like that just becomes an insanely strong stun lock to start the game, right? And you have Lulu that has AoE stuns to follow up. Look at this guy. He sold the Akali. He's just building a second Poppy. Wow. This is something I would not have the wherewithal to do. But I think he saw that the items were just a little bit too scuffed for that spot. Oh gosh, if I ever get a brawler emblem, I'm forcing 8 brawlers. I have to know. Same thing with EDM. I don't actually, you know what? There isn't even EDM 6, right? So there's nothing to be gotten there. But now with this new universe, it makes sense why you have that all the bands have that 10 spike, which is like GG, you know, game over, you win. Those are much more attainable now. So if you get any of them, right? So I mean, Superfan going up to Superfan 5, KDA 10, you know, Pentakill 10, or maybe it's 9. Heartsteel, right? All of these ones where if you can get to that cap now with a craftable spat, this universe should be entirely about going vertical. Don't try to make a balanced team. Try to do the imbalance thing. 100%. Gonna grab a little snack. I will be right back. I want to see this Poppy Dream. The other way I could easily see playing this comp portal is you just find whichever vertical uses the one trait, or whichever champion uses what you've got. So Superfan, Mosh, or Country, I could see a world where you just grab Urgot and you play Superfan Country. And you're just like, okay, make my Urgot, find an Urgot, play it as big as I can, which is probably similar to what happened here. He was probably 8 and looking for stuff like that. Ended up with the Poppy instead, and it was like, okay, that's good enough. Going for vertical KDA. What? Poppy. I love these poppies together. One with damage. You're making most of the Titan's Resolve. Titan Resolve got buffed. It wasn't as bad as people were talking about it. Although it still has this, you know, just doesn't stack up enough to like really carry these fights early enough when it matters. Whoa! Crazy. This guy's crazy good though. Almost always plays flex. I mean, it might have just been like the last patch that he was crazy climbing on, but basically taking flex or taking Heartsteel, flexing up on it. All right, let's see. Let's test some limits on the Rift. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Is Teemo actually insane? I think we're a Teemo Malphite 2 trick right now, so let's get rid of a champion that fares decently into both. The big question is going to be exactly what do we want to do with this guy? The new item is absolutely insane for him. Right, and this synergy. So you don't want to go first because the ultimate haste isn't actually good until you hit level 11. Teemo's level 6 spike ever since like 4 years ago, whenever they changed it. A very, very weak champion at 6. The ultimate just doesn't do that much. So you don't really care about the ultimate haste. Leandri's Torment is fantastic, but it doesn't have mana on it. So now it's a little bit different. For each second in combat with champion, deal extra bonus damage. That's very nice for the poison, the bleeding. It's like getting the Rift Maker plus the burn effect from Liandry's, and then the synergy between the two items is very, very nice. So I can see a world where you might go Lost Chapter into Liandry's and go from here. But I think we're just going to stick it exactly to this as it's scripted. Emax versus Qmax depends on the matchup for sure. And then as far as whether or not we're going Ghost or Ignite, you know, you always want to choose based on what's happening in that game. But this win rate, very, 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 very high. So we want to see exactly what we're doing. And if there were ever a time to become a Teemo one trick, you know, 2024, actually start climbing a little bit. Couldn't go Dark Harvest. Let's see how the different runes. The runes didn't change at all, so we should expect things to be fairly stagnant. I hate Airy. It is very good for the poke and lane, but I tend to find that fleet footwork and press the attack are much better in those situations. But if it's a matter of just making your shrooms do the most damage later, the problem with Airy is that it completely gives you away, right? There are moments where it just scuffs your position completely. So like Dark Harvest feels like it would be much, much, much better. Interesting about sudden impact here, playing for the ambush and playing for that just big spike. Genius Hunter, no way that's right. We're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go here. Is it like this? I don't think so. This should be enough. We've got Kindred, Nasus. We don't want to get slowed against these two. Okay. There's some pros and some cons here. Nasus, Season 2, yeah, Teemo countered Nasus, and everyone's going to be like, oh, they just take the knowledge that they still remember. But ever since the changes to Wither, and the changes to Nasus, the changes to Teemo to be much more of a scaling champion, you're definitely not as good.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Some food on the stove. Whoops. All right, Mr. Nasus.
Minions have spawned.
Is that an emote or a spell? Very interesting world to be a Teemo. You know what? Teemo players are probably having an abnormally large win rate because Teemo players like to understand the bends around the map and where the changes. New people are going to be like, I'm pathing here, I'm pathing there, where am I going to hit? Teemo players are thinking about, okay, how can I get you to collide with mushrooms? We're going to do this. We're going to get a stacked wave. Jungler's on bottom. I want to get a 3-wave crash. I probably should have spotted this jungler, but I was AFK at the beginning because I had to go check on my food, so I didn't want to go anywhere without getting there quickly. Oh, he did go E. Okay. That's such pitiful damage, huh? Sure, he has second wind. Got fleet footwork. So we're going to take little chunks, and now if he wants to go back on us. He's already got his thing going off, okay. Still level 1. This is a really good time for me to deal some damage to him, but now he hit 2. We got our Dark Harvest stack. There's another thing about this lane right now, the way it's going. I don't actually need to play for much of anything because I've got the Dark Harvest stacking already.
An ally has been slain.
Guy just made his job really hard by casting that E. I think I win the fight here if we do get a jungler. It's Kindred. Nice. Next Dark Harvest. We'll make sure that the minion wave comes to us. Holding it back. There it goes. Warwick's 1v1 against the Kindred. Should be okay. We'll get our boots to make sure that we can maintain this speed advantage. Also, don't know about this. I don't think I want to get this. I'm not going to do it. Definitely scuffed my shop there. Could have gone through that much faster. All right, so new item paths, right? This has to be later. We want this. For each second in combat, deal extra damage. Or we're going to go Sork Shoes to make sure that we're not getting ganked. This guy used his teleport. Now the wave's coming back to me, and if I can have it sit here, then I'm pretty ungankable to by this Kindred. Now it's really hard also to stack as Nasus when you have this many minions killing your wave. The question is whether or not I want it to bounce or to freeze, and I think the answer is freeze. No, it's not. The answer was that, but I had to fight. Different map now. I forgot I have to change my strategy based on what's actually there. Probably try to get those. This is such a fat pocket now. Like, I can just lean against this pocket and I'm good. Like, I'm just chilling. Yeah, I do want, you know what, that's something I'm gonna have to change, right? When you get a rebounding wave, you actually want to get back on the map for 5 minutes as a top laner now because of these void mites. So I'm actually ecstatic to have this pushing out. Alright, he's 6. I'm dead whenever he chooses. And Talon's coming as well. Okay. Nothing to worry about. This guy's just doing this with no... I mean, he had top lane power, but that's all he had. We're going to kill this guy. I'm going to go get this. Oh, beautiful. And then I'm going to participate on these kills. Make sure I get credit by tapping them both. And we're in really good shape. Anti-Talon ward. Shroom, I should say. I need this guy low enough so that when he ults, he doesn't just kill me. He feels a little bit threatened, so that's what I've accomplished here, and now it's time to just push. Gonna try to take my reset with him. And grab my prize here. Look at that extra turret dealing pressure right here. Like, this is actually not zero. This is not nothing. I normally don't use my shrooms like this, but because I get to eviscerate 2 waves, reset this whole thing, get the wave to crash under his turret. We'll come back and I think we're going to feel pretty strong here. Do we get... We've got Dark Seal, we've got the boots. We could go finished boots and Blasting Wand, which I think is where we go. Mana's a little bit dicey of an issue. We're just going to go straight ahead. It's actually a good play by him. He should be wandering around right now while there's no one happening, because you want the second wind charges to go off as much as possible. See, there's a Kindred on the enemy team, so let's do this. Now, if a Kindred wants to jump over this wall to come get me, I want this here. I think we can poke him a little bit. He's scared of it. Blinds up in time for the cannon. That's exactly what we want. Blinded. Tiptoeing. Tiptoeing. I don't know that that was good or that he didn't screw up. I'll have to check that out later. Whew, we take it. We take it. Alright. Don't die. Talon still might try to kill me just by like hovering this spot right here, so I'm gonna hug the top side. Something you don't always need to do, but normally I'd path in through this area to be able to put some shrooms down that matter, but it's much more important for me to have extra time against this Talon, so I'm gonna hug this wall as I come back. Now he's showing, so it's no big deal. I had lost track of where that Talon was, so I actually am happy that we saw the pings. Let's just get this pushing back out again. I don't want to play against this Nasus anymore. He doesn't have his ultimate.
An enemy has been slain.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. There's his flash. Oh, he stunned the blue buff.
You have slain an enemy. Shut down.
Hey, hey, mongrel. Mongrel.
You have been slain.
Oh my gosh. It's actually kind of close.
Shut down.
What a guy.
Has been slain.
Well, it is what it is. So yeah, we've got a game. Boys and girls, if you are on the mites, you definitely want to keep your eyes peeled on the sides. You want to make sure that you're seeing what's going on. You peel off of camps to get stuff, especially these guys that give such a little boon. But it's such a big deal for your team to actually get 5 stacks, right? Like you want people to actually get full 5 stacks here. You can get up to 6, but by getting that full 5 at the very least, you get that extra pushing power and you spawn the extra mites.
Spree.
Oh, wait, did our whole... Wait, because we were in the vicinity we got credit? Okay, that's not something I would have expected to be true. I actually don't know about using my mana right here. This is where I'm feeling the not having the mana bit, especially with extra points in the queue.
An enemy has been
Nice.
slain.
Kindred's dead. Top wave is stacking up for me. I think we have a lot of people who are trying to get used to the new patch.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Almost went Swifties this game, by the way. Got so much slow. Rylai's, you can have Rylai's from Brand, plus the ability to just dodge Rand spells in general. Nasus Wither is crushingly good. Yeah, see, like right here, he knew. Slow him down, I get one more blind.
You have been slain.
Is that enough? It's not enough. It's enough. The minion hit it. Go ahead, take it.
An enemy has been slain.
We're good. What does this do now? For each second in champion with combat with enemy champions, deal bonus damage.
An enemy has been
Void corruption. Is that what this also has? Torment. Suffering. Okay. Well, we're gonna go here so that we get the extra map control. This is the time that we're talking about. We're going to pass straight out here. It looks like this guy's going to be uncontested. In fact, if we had some vision of a kindred or something,
An ally has been slain.
we might decide not to go out here. But we're going to hedge between Herald and Dragon because Warwick's looks like he's got this under wraps. I'm just going to make sure he does. I get credit as long as I tap this thing. That counts as a tap. I will get credit with the charge. Uh-oh. I don't know about that. He ulted bot from there? I respect it. Guy right next to you, bro. Guy's taking a lot of extra damage. Nice. It was worth. It was all a bait. Nasus can free stack right here. I'm going to start this thing off. I should pull it out for the Warwick. I don't really want it to collide with this thing. I'm going to take a moment to get the invisibility. Once you're at level 10, it's actually worth this for the extra attack speed to make sure you get this bonus. Not having Nashor's Tooth is really interesting, but it's just a different playstyle. And frankly, for anything that's... Actually, you know what? For any level, it might just be a better playstyle because at the highest level, you're never outplaying anyone on Teemo. You just don't... It's just not in the kit to outplay. And so having extra spell casting, extra shrooms, like it kind of just fits his identity more. AI. Now we've got Pantheon where we want him. We've got Teemo where we want them. We're gonna stick around this. We want the bot lane to move. We obviously want to swap these around, but this allows me to get much better traction with my mushrooms. I see some action down the bot lane. Coming for it.
Killing spree.
That's unfortunate. Alright, Felios is in the range. We are good to go. Beauteous. Now we are level 11. Our shrooms actually deal damage. They're not just wards. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape now. It is. We're definitely going to feel not having the mana right now. 100%. Nasus is going to start stacking up. It's not going to matter. Pantheon. Oh, Hubris. I love Hubris on this champion. Interesting that this sticks around. All right, let's new corridor for Teemo. Just an FF. All right, easy. But yeah, we would have scaled this game pretty easily. Nasus could have punished us a little bit more aggressively. There are some moments where Warwick could have been in the vicinity that I can use to my advantage, but definitely a lot to work on. Split two. Okay. Bugged? It's bugged. We'll give that a moment to reboot. Something I'm supposed to do here. Right, the bishop's here, so the knight can't come to chase me out. So now I put tons of pressure on this spot. He just castles, which means I get to pile on now. I think this is right. Then since this pawn is here, it's going to block and support. I think I can bring the rook here, but it's kind of dicey. I'm not sure that in some lines, like I don't want the pawn to be able to recapture here. So I'm not positive that this is on. It also defends this spot. Let's see. I think I'm supposed to go here. Then this threatens a take. We've got a take for a big bit middle. I'm not sure that this opens up enough. Like he assuredly feels he can take more stuff here, right? Now he's opening up this square. I think I'm supposed to be here. This puts some additional pressure this way. He might just try to take here. I think that's better for me. Boom, 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 check. We'd have our 4 minor pieces. They'd have 3 minors and a rook. We'd have the rook. Yeah, we would just be up. He's taking it like that. Interesting. Okay. Now he's threatening here. Also threatening to take this, isn't he? I think there's a way I'm supposed to be able to attack this, but I'm not finding it. Plus, this is looming. I think it's got to be come back and then attack this so that he can't just go for the rook. That maybe buys me enough time, but what happens if he just goes here? He takes... Oh, we do this? Okay. That doesn't actually solve the problem. Nope, this doesn't do it. In fact, this was an opportunity to get the knight here because we have it protected now. This goes here, he just takes. Alright, we're just going to sacrifice this rook and say that now we're going to have enough pressure. Like, look at all these attacking pieces all coming in. Does this like stop everything though? This rook is unprotected, which is a huge problem. This comes here, I get to maybe take this back. He's looking at mate. He's looking at checkmate. What about here? Check. Here. Here. He has to slide over. Do I have an attack after that? Ooh, he actually, no, yeah, he has this. Oh my gosh, that would have crushed me. Okay, do we start moving the attack? Gonna move the attack over. Still got this. He's gonna reposition his queen now. He's like thinking about this, whether or not he can take it. Probably can. Squeeze him on time. He should have been winning. I'm fairly certain that I had a win somewhere. Let's go take a peek. So book. Wait, is this the wrong one? Okay, I've lost too much momentum as I needed to reclaim the center already. Yeah, not here. Where is it? Knight c3, queen c2. Yeah, so this is the one that felt right. Why did it feel right? Why is this allowed? BSC, because it threatens checkmate. When he takes, oh, he can't take the knight, so he has to block with g6. Now I get to fork the bishop and the queen, and then I'm gonna have my queen on that nice diagonal. Wow, it's actually correct to give up the queen here. Look at that position we might have had. We'd have the bishop pairs battling. He'd be up 3 pawns with a knight and a rook to go against my queen. That would be a tough game for me to come back from, I think. But like everything's so underdeveloped that I might have enough motion to like get at him. Tough. So Teemo mid might actually be better with the new positions, right? Let's look at mid. This is not going to have much of a sample size, but 55% here is high. 54, maybe a lot of people caught on to this because this was at 58 early, right? Yeah, there we go. People were playing this build. This is 58%. Like, that's pretty high. It is 2 items, so, you know, you already have that going for you. Nashor's is starting to pick up a little bit, but Liandry's, right? Look at this difference. Anti-tank 3000. Nashor's Tooth did get cheaper, has a ton of attack speed. And you have that item now that does like the bonus damage, right? Storm Raider, dealing 35% of a champion's maximum health within 2.5 seconds, applies Squall, which is like an Udyr storm, and grants 25 move speed. After 2 seconds, strike the target. No, this isn't the one. That's Zeke's Convergence. After 2 seconds, strike the target, dealing a very high amount of magic damage. If the target dies before the strike, it detonates immediately. 40% on an extra ratio is kind of high. Applies Squall to them. I wonder how much this does in an AoE, right? This is what we have to see. Dealing damage in a large area and grants 30 gold if you already have the execute. So this is kind of like a collector. Actually, yeah, this is the collector for them. It also gives move speed and magic pen. Like this spell's the perfect item for mage assassins in general. It gives you move speed, magic pen, tons of ability power, the ability to get out after maxing someone's damage, and a bonus for dealing a big chunk of someone's damage, and a prize. Like, this Storm Surge might just be insane. New Shadow Flame, also very good. Ability power and magic pen still. But now you can critically strike enemies who are below 35% health. Very good with Dark Harvest. Dealing a 20% increased damage, 30% increased damage for damage over time, and pet effects. Oh, it only affects the Cinder Bloom's bonus damage. Okay, that kind of stinks. So it's the critical strike damage. I mean, fascinating, right? Magic damage and true damage. Is there a world where you go Corki? This has got to be Corki's item. Magic damage and true damage critically strikes enemies below 35% health. You go Infinity Edge. You are already getting good AD to magic ratios on that champion. Let's go check out Corki and see how Shadow Flame is doing. Expect it to be a like third item. Let's see Corki, who is not getting much play at all. Everyone's still building AD. Shadow Flame. Alright, only 40% win rate. Is it just because the champion's not doing well? 46. Oof. Yeah, it's one of those champions where everyone's got to figure it all out again. Shadow Flame Riftmaker. For each second in combat, deal 2% bonus damage. This just seems very, very good, right? Synergizes with Landry's Torment. It's just more of the same. Set up shrooms, let people trip. Gain 2% of your bonus health as ability power. Look at this Shadow Flame. Jeez. 61. Critical strike people who are low. Lichbane, move speed, ability haste, things you like. Yep, this is for that one-shot pattern for sure. Interesting that this doesn't have as high of a win rate. It must just be because there's 2,800 games where it's bought first, right? Like 32, yeah, we're looking at 34,000 games with it. All right, this is a game. Let's see. I would normally go Fleet Footwork against Garen because you have to be able to play around everything that he's doing. Terminus, interesting. Light, give armor and magic resist. Up to 5 stacks. Dark gives armor pen and magic pen. And Teemo is one of the best like split damage champions in the game. Attacks deal extra damage on hit. Like, that's fascinating. This is very, that's very, very interesting. This just hits your on hits now. It doesn't give any of the pen, so they moved the pen over to Terminus. Terminus is just a fantastic item, huh? This is a really good item. Look at this one, too. Luden's Companion. Damaging abilities consume all shot charges to deal an additional 40 plus 8% magic damage to the target and 1 additional nearby target per charge. If there are insufficient targets in range for each remaining shot, repeat the damage on the primary target. But it is 35%. Damage on it. I mean, it's interesting, right? It's just really, really fascinating where to go. I think we're going to stick to the shroom build. We're going to keep on testing like what we can do with this. It's a little bit slow paced. It's kind of more, it's all macro focused. It's not much for the action, but we want to see if we can take advantage of better knowledge on the map. Plus, it's early season. The read on early season, guys. Everybody wants to carry. Everybody is thinking about, well, how can I use the new item that I just saw to carry games? And so the amount of carries in games goes way up. It happens every single year. You should exploit it. Be the person on your team that plays utility, right? That fills in. Play the rule of everything. If your team is missing something, fill in the blank. Because all of these teams look like this, right? This is more tanks than I've seen. right? And that's if Garen goes for it, and I don't think he will based on this Phase Rush Ghost Ignite, right? I just don't think he's going to go that direction. So we've got Udyr that could, but he's got Conqueror, so maybe. I don't know. Taric, there we go. A legit tank. Taric, Yasuo could be like hard to fight into that. Thresh, okay. There's just not that much going on, and we haven't seen tanks at all. We haven't seen a single Maokai Malphite except for the one we played. We did see an Ornn. Gragas built AP. Even the Malphite built AP. Like, everyone just wants to build the carry. It's more fun, right? Until more information comes out, people are like, oh, is this the thing that'll set me over the top? $800,000 Okay. $28 times in one game he was able to queue. If he was playing against like a Singed with Rylai's and he just kept on chasing and pressing Q, maybe that's how he did it. Jeez. We are gonna have to assume that he has the wherewithal to get around that. Let's check out our Shrooms Tripped. 78 in one game. Champions killed by a tick of poison. I've had 13 in a game. Interesting. Lagged. This guy also has Ghost, right? This guy's trying to kick our butt with this Ghost. It's not Flash. It's not as scary.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
It's actually suicidal. Like, I could die right here. Shouldn't be coming to this bush. Interesting that he can see it now from this spot. This is the spot. I get a kick out of this because based on the old wall right here, this was the spot that you wanted to ward anyways. People put the ward here. You didn't want it here. You wanted it out here. See the entrance, right? So is there a way to get to top lane and get into this bush? Probably not because of this extra range. But we're gonna have to do some races later. I'm gonna have to get my friends online and just see if we can like race to bushes and see who sees who, and if there's a way to circumvent those paths, right? And there's nothing he can really do to me, even if he knew he had it. I guess we could have the no, the fear is on Q, so Fiddle wouldn't be able to cast it or make me move with other spells at level 1. So I don't think we'd be worried about it. All right, junglers are almost definitely starting on bot side. Fiddlesticks might be up here. My team gets to surrender because Garen got afraid.
Victory.
Happens. This has been so bugged. Like I can't even like hide this. Why not? This guy's not even supposed to be on this, right? I think that's why, because he's supposed to be on another one. Like, can I even move him? I can't even move him, right? Like the thing's just bugged. I can't even slide him down like this. What if I do it like that? Okay, finally it gets off. But it's been like adding people instead of to the general. It's been adding them to my friends group, which is kind of weird. All right, food's off the stove. I'm gonna go grab something. Let's go put back on YBY1. Where do we think he ended up from here? Little buddies. Is this an Ari angle? Put the red buff and the Giant Slayer on a Kali. Could put the Giant Slayer on a lot of things. Oh, is that the Twin Terrors actually? If that's twin terrors, then we 100% knew he was gonna go this. This is something that they force every time. Yeah, that's gotta be twin terrors. Yeah, because he's got anytime you have twin terrors, you basically force you are welcome to force this comp. I think Lulu has an even stronger cap out right now. But yeah, this team can be insanely strong. Let's see where he ended up finishing. But you basically just play synergies. Punk Guardian Executioner, that's it. Skipped Pantheon, okay. So this is something that I don't do that they do, and I'm not sure what's best. Punk spat? He was looking for Punk. Oh, man. Okay, I like that putting the tier here because it makes it a Vex cast right away, and then you have the chance of putting Emo elsewhere, so you can grab, like... actually. So you put Poppy. I mean, do you put Poppy in? Do you put Emo on Karthus and then play for 4 Karthus here? He ends up putting the Karthus. Sorry, when I say 4 Karthus, 4 Executioner. He just wanted to die. Doesn't even need to be there. It's all about the Twitch. I see this end game. It's going strong right here. Still going strong. Win streaking? No, he ends up getting a loss right here. Okay. Scary. What did he lose to? Zig's board. Alright, Dazzler Yorick. Dazzler Triforce, Freaky Friday, Cybernetic Uplink, and Healing Orbs. Interesting. And then he's putting the Alawi and the Yorick in the back with a couple other back guys, just trying to get everything to focus on here, trying to get the Mogul's Mail to go off. Wow, I would never have thought of that positioning. Especially with Echo having those items. Look at that damage to start the fight. Echo didn't even jump. Echo didn't even get into that an and he was already at 25% health. Just from a Twitch bomb splash. Wow, an auto attack from Dazzler from a Twisted Fate 1 was the difference. Those things were popping, dude. This is one of those times where I really don't like Karthus. Even Karthus 2, just blank. All you're doing is helping backline cast faster. If your Karthus can't kill people, it's like, ugh, got problems. What's up, bud? I was outside.
So a little of what I was doing was
I saw it. You threw it at a tree and it broke? Yeah, you need to get fresh wood next time.
but so something is I looked at my I have and there and I was thinking little stick up here. I said maybe if I stab this stick in, I get 2 screws on the to drill a hole. I would drill a hole in the stick and then tie the string there, and then I would put the string and drag it all the way over there. But I'm too it's like high,
Okay.
and then it would go there into those little spokes and then come down and wrap around. So I pull it down and then it covers it. If I push, then it opens the entrance.
Okay.
like a contraption sort of thing.
This sounds like we should make this.
Yes, yes.
You want to make it? All right, I'm gonna stop streaming because that sounds like an awesome idea. Let's go try it out. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll catch you later. We're gonna go augment this fort and see what we can do out there.
Need a string, 2 screws, and a drill.
All right, let's do it. All right, catch you later. Peace. Want to do the thing?
Peace.
Peace.